I'm trying to get situated over here. I don't like my view. I think I got more light over there, but we're okay. I think you guys can see me well. I think you guys can see me well. I think you guys. I think you guys can see me very, very well. Today is going to be a good one. Today is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. I we're gonna I'm gonna do something today. What's up, beautiful people? As you guys get into this live, I want you guys to tap the screen. Make sure you subscribe. Click the like button. Click the thumbs up. Understand that this is my YouTube channel. This is where we stay important on the algorithm. Keeping proper information. Why is it so dark in here? I'm like upset with this lighting, but it is what it is. Put some eights in the chat if you can hear me. You can see me. I want more light. And this light is like, I don't like this light right here. You see, it just messes everything up. Maybe I should turn everything around, but it's too late now. It is what it is. The information is more important. The information is more important. Today I'm going to do something that I don't think anybody would do. But I'm going to do it because I think it's time it comes to a point where a lot of individuals fail to realize that success is a heavy weight to carry. And if you're already positioning yourself to be successful, you must understand that the weight that is going to come with that. So as a successful individual, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and dive deep into one of my lowest and some of my things that I still struggle with till date. And I'm going to be extremely transparent about it. And I know I was going to save this conversation for our men's meeting, but I think it's more of a human meeting than anything. Put some fire in the chat if you understand what I just said. I think it's for humans, not just for men or women. I think every human should hear what we're about to go into. So I want you guys to truly see what the title of the notes are. You understand that? It might be backwards, but it says therapy from 2019. Therapy from 2019. I went to therapy. My lady doesn't even know I went to therapy. I went to therapy. And to just see if there's like something wrong with me, like what the fuck? Like I started realizing that mastery over desire is kind of like is the title of this live. And I started realizing like the more and more and more and more and more I became successful, the more and more and more and more unfaithful I was in my personal life. Put some eights in the chat if you can understand that. Men and women, put some eights in the chat. Even if you deal with it. Even if you deal with it, put some eights in the chat. Supreme Rising. Oh, we coming in heavy. We coming in heavy this morning because we're finna put some. We're finna spark fire in our organization. So as a leader in our organization, I want to be extremely transparent, especially for the people who are new in our organization, never heard me speak, and understand like this is me being extremely transparent as a leader and speaking on something that most people will literally never truly even talk about. So it's so crazy how when you look at like being praised at an early age. So for those who don't know, I started playing basketball when I was 5. I started playing organized basketball by the time I was 7 and 8. When I started playing at the boys club, when I was in the 5th grade, I think I was in the 5th grade at the boys club, I played with the same gentleman from the 5th grade to my senior year. And in that time frame, let me say this, in that time frame, we only lost 4 games. So when it comes to my town in North Little Rock, Arkansas, I'm like hella famous. Like everybody knows who Jesse Lawrence is. Like the high jumping Jesse Lawrence, the dunking Jesse Lawrence, the 30, 50 points Jesse Lawrence, shooting from the half court Jesse Lawrence. Like everybody knows that Jesse Lawrence. Put some eights in the chat if you can relate to that style of energy. Not a lot of people can relate to that energy, that celebrity, small town celebrity type energy. A lot of people don't understand that. I was like honorable mention Mr. Basketball. So I was like really good in basketball. So what happened, what I started realizing is you can get praised so early where people start telling you you're special. People start telling you, oh man, you're different. People start telling you, oh man, you're chosen, you're the chosen one. And see, and what I have in my notes right here, it's like, I remember being praised from day one. I remember no matter where I was, if there was a camera around, I wouldn't even be in like nowhere near the camera, and then my photo would get taken. You understand what I'm telling y'all? Put some eights in the chat. Put some eights in your chat. So imagine as a guy that came up in a town where everybody was like, oh my God, that you got $1 million smile. Oh my God, you're going to be the town savior. Oh my God, you're going to be this. I started realizing nobody told me the downside of being praised so early. Nobody warned me. Nobody educated me on this. Nobody was teaching me this in the 90s. So I personally started associating attention as like a net worth. And this is what happens to good looking, fit, successful men and women. Oh, I'm telling you, to be successful, to be fit, to look good, to have your mind right, to have a conversation. Oh my God, it's brutal in this attention space when we're living in a world where you can attract attention by the seconds. Like I have 127,000 fucking followers. So imagine the attention. And then that attention goes to make me feeling like I'm worth something. Nobody gave me the downside of that. And what you started realizing is, I have written here, and this is from like 2019. And so the reason why I'm going to go through this with everybody, because I have also lost track from all of this stuff that I've been doing. And then I realized a lot of things are happening in my life right now is because I'm not following this no more. So what you guys are going to get out of this conversation that you're going to have with me today, it is okay to fall, but it's never okay to stay falling. Put some eights in the chat. That was just like my intro, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be so fire. This was going to be so fire because I remember like chasing like validation. Like, oh man, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and they're going to make me feel like this. And when you start chasing validation finds you. Because we're living in a world where we don't have to start seeking things anymore. We attract them. Like things come abundantly to any and everybody. Like everybody that is here, right now, wanted a change in your financial situation. So you seeked out change, and you found OBG. You found us. You found a trading community who is doing what you're trying to do, and we're doing it live daily. You found that. But what you did not find is the profits, the success, the rewards from it. Now you're entering into the journey. Now let me tell any and everybody in here, because nobody warned me about the downside of having attention, being praised. I'm going to warn you right now, the minute you show success with the individuals who are watching you and currently living in your story, understand that right now. Understand that right now, because it's going to happen. People say, oh man, when I get some more money, more problems. No. You don't have to have more money to have more problems. You can attract it, because what I learned in that downslide, when you're a good looking man, good looking woman, fit, mind right, making money, vices look like opportunities. Let me repeat that. Vices look like opportunities. Now, a lot of people might not understand this conversation. I hope you do. But this is literally me being transparent and just speaking on things that are like nobody really is going to tell you because they're not going to be more transparent. A lot of people keep consistently lying to themselves. And even me, I lie to myself sometimes, all the time, when it comes to this ailment. When I now that I reread these things from just recent things that has just been happening, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, bro, what the fuck? Like, what is that about? And then I can only point the finger at myself. I can't blame nobody else. So I remember as an athlete, when I switched from basketball to fighting, because basketball created the early praise where I just wanted the attention that I was never really getting. Because imagine, I was so successful in high school. I'm going to be so transparent with you guys. The minute I left home, my first 2 weeks in college, I got my son's mom's pregnant. Do you guys understand that? The minute I left home, I met my son's mother, and I immediately got her pregnant. And after I got her pregnant, I had a kid. I'm going, yo, I need to start making money. Do you understand this? I was so successful. Everybody's like, yo, this guy's going to be the next this, the next that, the next this. 2 weeks in college, I'm getting the text, yo, I ain't got my period. Do you understand that? I've been smacking them since I'm like 13, 14 years old, so I ain't never even thought that I can even get somebody pregnant. You understand that? I'm just being so extremely transparent. So not only do I have a son that I name after myself that created the third, I had another son a year and a half later. So my sons are 13 months apart. So imagine my sophomore year in college, I got 2 kids, and I'm like 21 years old. So that immediately put me in a situation where I'm like, bro, if basketball is not finna pay me, like, I'm finna go to the streets. Like, that's what it was, because Enfamil was $11, $13 a can. Because my boys couldn't do the regular stuff. So imagine, I'm 21 years old, 2 kids, forced marriage. Like, bro, marry her. Like, boom, that's it. Like, that's it. You got 2 kids, you gotta marry her. It's $50 a can now. So I'm just speaking extremely transparent. So imagine going from that energy to immediately being humbled to going like, yo, bro, like, everybody is still praising you. But you got real life issues over here that you're not bringing to the light over here. And then people start asking me, bro, why you not smiling no more, bro? Why you so unhappy? Why you so urgent? Why you so almost desperate? Bro, I got fucking kids right now, bro. So either, coach, you finna put me in a motherfucking game, or I'm finna quit, nigga. Like, I need to play. I need to be recognized. I need to get a shot. This is how I was thinking. Because imagine I've only lost 4 games. And then I get to college, and then this happened. Then I get injured. Then I get redshirted. Imagine, this is my college. This is my college career. I end up going to a JUCO just to kind of like get my credits up. And then I end up going to pre-draft camps. And then that's where I got picked up. The first time I got healthy, I got picked up by the Atlanta Hawks practice squad. I'm just being extremely transparent. So I went from like making nothing and hustling. Just hustling. I'm telling y'all facts. Just hustling from like 19 to like 22. At 23, I got my first shot with the Atlanta Hawks, making $10,000 every 10 days. This is 2000. 2001. I got my first little contract making $10,000 every 10 days. $1,000 a day. So that put me on point. I did that shit for 3 years, y'all. Do y'all understand the pressure? Do you understand the bubble bursting of an individual who has been thriving to be a professional athlete his whole life, and I finally get my contract, and they willing to pay me $30,000 a month to just practice. And I'm practicing because I ain't never got paid no $30,000 a month. So I'm practicing like I'm game time ready. All the light is going to shine. All I need is an opportunity. The minute they give me an opportunity, they got to pick me. The hard work is going to pay off. Let me tell you, it never paid off. And what that did was it drove me back into seeking praise. And guess where a successful man, good looking, fit, guess where I seek my praise from? Type it in the chat. I guarantee you got it. I guarantee you got it. Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Yeah. So women, when you start asking, like, why men cheat? Why they do like this? You got to understand it's deeper than that. I went to women because I wasn't on drugs. I wasn't around that. What I was around was women who gave me that praise that the coaches and the fans are no longer giving me. You see this? You see this might hit home. And then you start wondering, like, bro, like it never stops. I'm in your face right now. This is 2026. I'm telling you some shit from 26 years ago. There's people in here probably ain't even 26. I'm telling y'all a story that is older than most individuals that is in this organization. Somebody said fake chains? I'm not here to validate my goal, my friend, but slow your roll. Slow your roll. Because I still have that energy for individuals like you that wants to use your thumbs for bullshit. So relax yourself. I'm still a work in progress, motherfucker. I'm quick to check and backhand motherfucker real quick that can say some shit with their thumb but not say it, you know what I'm saying, to individuals' faces. But let me stay focused. Don't let me go back into where I was falling. Let fool you. I'm standing strong right now, but at the same time, I'm a work in progress. Don't tempt me, because I can switch this live up and just go freestyle straight in on your ass. So guess what ended up happening? I started using the fact that I was making $30,000 a month and nobody around me was making that type of money to literally start owning businesses. I started doing right by the money. But then I started realizing as I was being more successful in the business world, it started amplifying desires. I didn't want just the regular praise. I still wanted that success, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson type feeling. I wanted that feeling because I've been training for that my whole life. And my whole life, the praise that I was getting is like, man, I can't wait till you get to the NBA. Man, I can't wait to see you in the top 10. I can't wait to see you on ESPN highlights. I can't wait. This is what I was constantly seeking. So this is why I quit playing basketball and chose to start fighting. And when I quit basketball, literally the 30,000 and making all of the money, people that was around me that was literally benefiting from that started telling me, you are crazy. You are insane. You're finna ruin your life again. You're gonna ruin your life again. This is what my grandma told me. I imagine my grandma on her deathbed said, son, I don't need you in an industry where you know everybody has somebody bigger, better, stronger, and can beat them. And you're in an industry that is seeking that. My grandmother told me this. 4 months later, I became a world champion. 4 months later, I became a world champion. A year and a half later, I became double champ. And we're talking Muay Thai, we're talking kickboxing. Within 3 years, I become a 3-time world champion, undefeated, ego out the roof. 2006, 2007, 2008, you couldn't tell me shit. I'm walking around with Chuck Norris, Billy Blanks. I'm doing Tybo videos, Insanity videos. I'm doing the Bowflex videos. I'm doing the the Total Gym videos. Like this, I'm famous like a motherfucker. I'm telling y'all, like this is what people know me from. Yeah, I was like always doing that shit, the beach body shit. Like I was doing that. And guess where it did? Oh my God. Y'all see Jesse on TV? Y'all see Jesse, your world champion now? Oh my God, I knew it. I knew it. Everybody that was telling me that I was crazy, now they praising me again. Now all the girls that told me, oh, I'll never talk to you again, now they talking to me again. You understand that? So you understand where I'm really truly going with this, because I remember when I really felt like, can't nobody tell me nothing. The promoter can't tell me shit. My mama can't tell me shit. My baby mama can't tell me shit. Like, I'm on top of the motherfucking world. I'm Tony Montana right now. You're talking 2006, 2007, 2008. So I started taking money, putting it in the hood. Now all the homeboys that I was no longer playing ball, that are no longer successful at playing ball, watching me rise as a fighter. And now I got all of these individuals around me. So imagine my choices from the individuals that I have surrounded myself by. And I remember the day my mama told me, it was like 2007. My mama was told me, like, son, why you spending all that money with them boys? I know you grew up with them. I know they got good intentions. Now, she said, I know they good boys because I know they mama and daddy. But they ain't the same boys you grew up with, son. So I'm telling you, stop hanging out with them. Stop spending your money over there before you get into some trouble. Because God told me you were headed for destruction. Let me also add that my mama woke up in the middle of the night, called me, and told me this information when I was giving my homeboy some money so he can go buy some stuff that we weren't supposed to be buying. If you know, you know. So imagine 2007, 2008, I'm literally getting ready to, like, I just knocked out, I don't know if you guys don't know this, but I was in Thailand fighting for the next individual who's supposed to fight Anderson Silva. This is like 2007, 2008. So I was in Thailand. I fought a guy named Chris Leben. And if you don't know about fighting, Chris Leben is the individual that Anderson Silva knocked out to become Anderson Silva who he is. Then he fought Rich Franklin. Then he became a world champion. And then Anderson Silva flew up. So I fought Chris Leben in 2007 going into 2008 and knocked him out. The day I knocked him out, I got a call about a detective in Arkansas because of my cousin got caught and told them that I bought it. Do you understand what the words that are coming out of my mouth? Put some 8s in the chat if you understand the words that just came out of my mouth. I got an opportunity to fight a guy that ended up fighting Anderson Silva. And the only reason why he fought Anderson Silva, because I was in trouble again. And I had to take off running. And guess where I went? Guess where I went? I took the job and responsibilities from the government that was asking me, because I was already in self-defense. I was already teaching hand-to-hand combat. I'm already a certified Krav Maga specialist. I took the contract to go to India, to leave everything. I left everything 2007, 2008. I left everything. I left my kids. I left my mama. I left my daddy. I left my house. I left my cars. I left my money. I left everything. And just went to India. This is the truth. And then the reason why I started realizing, I said, man, I woke up one day and I find myself like all alone. And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck have you got yourself into? You're in a foreign country. You can't even call your mama. Ain't nobody around you. And then I started realizing God has truly isolated me. He truly isolated me. And I was thinking that now that I'm over here and these people are totally different, the tension would just go away. I could just get over there and I could just blend in. So I grew my beard out. I trimmed my mustache down. So this, you really couldn't even see this. All you saw was this right here, and I let this build out. So I was over there looking like a Muslim. But I was too big. I had tattoos. God got too much light on me. So soon as I would step out of my little bumble that I was in over there, thousands. People think I'm exaggerating. Thousands of kids running behind me in the streets. People running to me going, oh my God, he's a champion. He's a champion. He's a champion. And I'm looking like, man, I'm supposed to be over here hiding. What the fuck? What is going on? Within 3 months in India, I got 2 gyms. I'm on movies. I'm training celebrities. Like, you can't stop it. I'm making more money. I got security guards. I got drivers. I'm getting $100,000 contracts to go retrieve people. So all of this celebrity, all of this lifestyle that I was trying to live in the States, I get it within like 3 months of living in India. Like God said, yo, I couldn't bless you when you were over there. You wouldn't have did right by it. So I'm blessing you and giving you the sensation that you've been seeking for so long. But did nobody see it? The people who saw it were strangers. And that didn't feel like the same validation of attention that I was seeking from where I came from. Put some 8s in the chat if you understand what I'm telling you. I'm just 25 minutes into this live. Put some fire in the chat if you understand. Hit the like button if you understand what I'm just telling you. And when I bring it back to understanding, like, you're going to be a successful trader. And when you become a successful trader, as you're becoming a successful trader, these are all the hurdles and things that are going to happen because you still have vices. I went back to 2019 and I'm starting reading all of these things that I started acquiring and getting therapy on. And I'm looking at the notes from that. And I started rereading them literally the last 2-3 days. And it just sparked such a fire in me as a man, as a businessman, as a son, as a friend, as a cousin, as an uncle, like every title, as a husband, as a father, like every title. It sparked new discipline, like it sparked, and it's so easy. It is so easy to be on a right path and thinking you're doing everything right, but still loving that fucking attention. And I'm going to ask everybody to pray for me, pray for my family, pray for everything around me, because the tension is like fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. I'm telling you, I'm living in a world where a lot of people don't get a chance to live in. Where it's like when I go outside my house, people run up to me. Yo, you're Mr. Holistic. Yo, you're Mr. Holistic. Yo, can I get a photo? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm just with my daughter right now. A lot of people don't understand that energy. But imagine when the energy is not the guys. It's something that you're attracted to. It's something that sparks a different fire in you. It sparks a desire. It sparks, I wonder what that feels like. And then this is when you start saying, success doesn't change who you are. It amplifies who you already were. Let me say that again. Let's be clear. Success doesn't change who you are. It amplifies who you already were. So when people get money and then they become an asshole, they was already an asshole. The money just amplified it. You understand that? So you get a lot of guys now, they're only getting girls because they got money. We come from an era that we didn't need social media. I come from an era where you had to go up and get the girl. If you wanted girls, you had to go get the girls. And if you were a good-looking, successful superstar, the girls came to you. And that was the difference between the players and the pimps. I don't know if you guys are understanding. So this is more like a man type conversation that women should be listening to, because most of you women like successful men. So you end up getting yourself involved with a successful guy, and then you wondering why he's struggling. Like, this is the difference between a player and a pimp. That's the difference. Players are some lover boys. We them lover boys. And a lot of people might think it's like, I like to make jokes about it now, but that's the difference. Them pimps, they slapping you, making you do some shit that you ain't want to do. Them playboys making you feel good. They telling you exactly what you want to hear. Them playboys will get between them panties. Like, so ladies, y'all got to be aware, because sometimes you guys get so successful and you start feeling yourself because of social media and the filters, and then you start attracting attention also, where now, whereas 1 to 2 guys wouldn't hit on you in a week, now you're getting 5, 6 motherfuckers in your DMs every other hour. And now you need to invest into baseball bats, because the minute you start saying, yo, it's a new year, new me, I'm gonna get my body right, and then you start taking photos like that, what attention are you seeking? What attention are you seeking? And then when we see it, we respond to it. It's so easy. Before, in the 90s, you saw a girl with a nice ass, you had to say, damn, baby. Damn, baby. Now I do like this, you can do like this. Damn, baby. So now, you don't have to be a good-looking guy to get a good-looking response get a good response from a good-looking girl, because I can walk by a nice-looking woman and be like, damn, baby, you beautiful. And she'll look right back at me and be like, man, you beautiful too. What's your name? And then that's how it was sparked in the 90s. This is how it used to happen. Closed mouths don't get fed. Put some H in the chat if you understand what I'm telling y'all. Like, I was a master at that shit. And I'm telling you, I'm talking about energy. Oh, man, I used to seek out, like, boom, I used to throw energy. I used to throw energy across the room. And then anybody that was on that same energy, you would connect. Now you can create energy just through the phone. And then imagine an individual that is still suffering and still almost addicted to the attention while being a leader and while being up front. When attention is automatic, like, you can't be successful and not have attention. Like, attention is going to come with the success. So watch my next note. Watch my next note. More access, more options, more attentions. And in today's world, that is like the formula of literally like cheat, lies, deceit. Like, that's the formula. Giving individuals more access than they should have when they shouldn't be having it, but because they talking the way you want to feel and they're making you feel the things that you're seeking, you give someone access that shouldn't have access. You give someone options when they shouldn't even be an option. You acting like you have an option. Yo, ladies, fellas, like, put some H in the chat if you understand you've been through this type of situation where you're going like, bro, how did you even open this opportunity up? Why did this opportunity open up? That's the reason. That's the reason. And it's right here. I'm telling you, I got it in this 2019. Temptation is cheap. What used to take effort, now it's just you can scroll and do it. This is what I was just telling y'all. Validation is instant. Desire is on demand. This is what I used to feel. I'm telling y'all. And I'm not talking just sexual. I'm talking attention. I'm talking flirting. I'm talking emotional validation. I'm talking about just being wanted. Put some fire in the chat if y'all understand what I'm talking about. We're not just talking sex here. I'm talking education. I'm talking professional right now, because I know children and everybody's going to see this because I'm putting it on YouTube. I'm talking attention. I'm talking flirting. I'm talking emotional. I'm talking being wanted. Putting something on and looking for somebody to say, yo, girl, I love them shoes. This is real talk. This is real talk. I remember when I had to elevate myself out of the nightlife. Because at one point I was realizing, like, yo, bro, like, you now you're divorced. You got 2 sons. They're so young. And now you're out here in other countries living your life. This is 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. Now you're a world champion. You're traveling the world. All of the praise is coming. Y'all, I used to have a cardboard billboard of myself in the airport in my hometown. Let me say that again. I had a cardboard billboard of myself in the airport in my hometown. My uncle was best friends with Bill Clinton's brother. So my whole family, Democrats. You understand that? Like, let me tell you exactly what I'm telling you. Again, I'm the only conservative in my family. I'm the only conservative in my family. I was Democratic for a very long time, just because of my family. I literally started seeking attention from women at the elite level, to the point where I felt like I don't think I could ever even be with one woman. Put some H's in the chat if you ever felt like that, fellas, but just never would say it. I'm on live stream saying it. I used to feel like, man, I don't think I want to be with just one woman. I used to feel like this. And then when I started realizing I have sons, would I want my sons to act like that? And something about it, when my sons got older, when they were so young, it was literally like there was no filter there to tell me, like, if you go over here to what you like just for some quick passion, you're going to lose access to waking up in the morning and watching your sons grow. You're going to lose access of taking them to school. You're going to lose access of watching them get sick. You're going to lose access of the most important phases of their life. Nobody told me that. I could cry, to be honest with you, when I was just reading this. I have a note here, like, nobody told me the price of pussy would cost me to losing the sight of my sons growing up. I don't know how else to say it. That is as raw as it can get. Nobody told me this. So you know what that made me seek out? And I'm going to be extremely transparent. And females, please, please, please do not take this as like a downgrade. Let me see how I can say it. Let me go back to the notes first. I started realizing that, I'll say it like this, that free sex costs the most. Let me say that again. That's the best way I can put it. Free sex costs the most, fellas. Free sex costs the most. And if I was just talking to my fellas, for those who can understand it, I'm going to use the raw language now. Free pussy is the most expensive pussy. Please forgive me, ladies. So what I started doing, because I'm in an elite level, I said, yo, I don't want no more free. I'd rather pay for it. Because if I'm paying for it, I ain't going to get no headaches. Put some H in the chat, fellas and ladies, if you understand what I'm telling y'all. If you don't understand what I'm telling y'all, because I'm just talking some elite shit. I'm talking having access to cash, having access to power, having access to attention, having access to cameras, lights, views, comments, algorithms. Let me say that again. I started telling myself, I don't want free. I want to pay for it. Because everything I fucking pay for with my money, I get exactly what I want. And I think that was the turning point as a world champion of the downside of me as a man, as an impersonal individual. That was my downside. That was my downside. Somebody said how much you was paying. Oh, I was paying $500, $2,500, $1,500. Like, it was nothing. It was nothing. It was nothing. It was nothing. Now you can hell pay 500, 150, 250. Inflation, the motherfucker, I'm telling you. I'm just joking. Somebody said clarity. Paying for women to do what I want them to do versus literally finding someone that wanted to do what I wanted to do. For those who need clarity into that. I got you, Cassie. I got you. I got you, Cassie. So, where that goes, the reason why I take you there, I started realizing the minute you have access to pay for something that you want, that makes it extremely accessible. So now I could choose when I want it and when I don't because I'm ready to pay for it. And that's when I started realizing as I grew through that and I look back on those times because I'm not in that energy anymore. I'm like still struggling with the attention of that energy. Because now you're living in a world where OnlyFans, women, no offense, women, like now it's easy to sell the sex. You understand that? Like I was living in a world where you had to go ahead and just pay for it. Now you can just go on Instagram and see it. And everything is free. Porn is free. Everything is free. Everything is accessible now. So now it's the discipline. Because when I realized lust comes immediately, but purpose has patience. Man, I can cry, man. I wish I had the knowledge. And that's why I wanted to come on and do my mindset about this today, because this is going to make me better. This is going to make me better as a man. We're not talking as a trader. We're not talking as an educator. We're not talking about a businessman. I'm just talking about y'all as people, as humans. That's why I said humans need to hear this. I was going to tell the men's this story. I was going to do this to the men's on Thursday. But I figured, I said, no, all humans need to hear this. Because a lot of you guys don't see it directly from an individual that you know. You hear stories from, what's that, TMZ and shit like that. Like, I'm giving it to you straight from the, like from the horse's mouth. As we the people, I'm like telling you, like, you're going to be successful. And if you don't get control of the attention seeking that you're getting when you're getting praised as you're becoming successful, like it's going to be a really, really heavy weight on you. Because I carried that weight for so long and I still carry that weight because I'm literally with one boot. One boot. And I'm still having to go, no. Because what I started realizing is lust says, make me feel good right now. And sometimes, man, men, women, we want to feel good right now. Put some 8s in the chat. We want to feel good right now. Things are tough. Your girl is giving you shit. Your boyfriend is giving you shit. You mad, angry. Your job is piss poor. Man, you want to feel good. You've been losing trades and shit like that, man. You want to fucking feel good. You want to feel good. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to feel good, but you have to be able to target where you're trying to feel good. Because that's when I started realizing, like, purpose says, is this aligned with who I said I'm going to become? That's purpose. And because lust comes so fast and purpose requires patience, that's what you're going to battle on a daily basis because it's immediate temptation. And we're living in a world where the devil is literally so busy. So to be able to fight the basic temptation, that's what's going to happen is lust. You're going to have to fight the lust. You can't go on your algorithm and not see titties and ass and somebody shaking it and you're sitting here going, why the hell when I just speak about COVID, they censor my shit, but they letting her shake her ass and do everything else? How is this allowed to be in my face? Y'all should be liking. Y'all should be liking this live. Y'all should be hitting the thumbs up. And I want y'all to let that sit. Because here's the danger. When something feels good but validates your value, it doesn't just affect your relationship. It affects your focus. It affects your clarity. It affects your energy. It affects your money. I started realizing as I became more successful because I was single for a very long time. You guys gotta understand. I was single for a very long time. So everything that I'm telling y'all, this is me being a single individual and literally moving like this. And then as I started attaching myself to females who I would get emotionally attracted to after having a total understanding with, that's where the little relationships would come in. And then I would start realizing that, man, I'm like 30 something years old and still not faithful. Everybody around me loves me, but the last girl I was with. Put some 8s in the chat if you start understanding what I'm telling you. I started understanding that everybody around me loves me, besides the girl that I was just with, who used to love me, but now she hate those actions. She hate that all that attention seeking. And I used to feel like, man, I ain't seeking no attention. I'm just shit. This is me. This is because I'm from 7, 8 years old, people telling me this shit. It's a real drug. It's a real drug in the mind of dopamine, of wanting that attention, of being, you're the chosen one. You, him. And people say, well, it's ego. Of course it's ego. Ego is built silently. And people say, oh, you should kill the ego. That's not true. Because I've been in rooms as a successful man where my spirit didn't have the balls to speak, but my ego stood up, flipped the fucking table over and said, I'll kill everybody in here if y'all say what y'all said again. That's facts. That's facts. I'm telling y'all facts. I'm telling y'all straight up facts. My spirit would have never said it. And letting my ego drive those times was the lesson for me to start understanding that I don't need to kill the ego. You can't kill him because he's a part of you. Just let him ride shotgun. Let him ride shotgun. Get on cruise control with your spirit. Meaning find your lane. Find someone who validates you and evolves all the energy that you are trying to push out there. Find that. Seek that vibing. And imagine my lady, man, man, shout out. First of all, shout out to strong women who have been with strong men who've fallen for this energy that I'm telling you right now. Shout out to you strong ass women. Because if it was the other way around, I don't know no man that would like do it. And I know it sounds fucked up and I know it sounds crazy, but I mean, it's fuck, I don't even know how to till date, I don't even know how to explain that shit. So shout out to the women who never forget, but forgive, push it forward, and look for those better days. Because it brings tears when I say this statement, and I have it written right here. My kid's mom from 97. I'm now who she was telling me I was supposed to be then. I am that guy for my daughters. Imagine that shit. Imagine her looking and witnessing that shit. Me popular, famous with my daughters that I never did with my son. And she telling me, 1997. No, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. And I'm like, I need money. I'm going to get rich or die trying. Get me in the streets. I'm like, this. I told y'all, I got to go deep. I don't know no other way to be transparent. And I was going to tell you other stories and give you some celebrity stuff and stuff like that. But I'm just like, oh, hell no. No, to be honest, I've mended bridges. This is, like I'm telling y'all, this is 20-year-old conversations. This is a 20-year-old conversation. Right now, I'm with my best friend I've been knowing her for 12 years, 14 years actually, before we even like that. So my lady, my wife right now, she knows everything about me. She used to live across the street from me when I had 2 Russians in my house. Like, she knows everything about me. Like, so she understands what I'm telling you right now, and she suffers from that. She suffers from that. So I want you also to pray for my lady, send some love to my lady, because I understand it's not easy being with someone like me. It might look good on camera. It might look good just because you guys are next to me because of my energy. But it's not easy being the person that you have to come home to, and then everybody is after this motherfucker. She's amazing. I always say, strongest woman I ever met. Strongest woman I ever met. Strongest woman I ever met. Now, let's stay focused because we got 10 more minutes. And I can go hours on this conversation. I can go hours on this conversation because I got so much like shit in here. I got so much shit in here. When I started realizing, let's reframe it. Cheating is not just physical, fellas. And this is where most women get so upset. Most women can also accept sometimes of you just going and just smashing something because you're not receiving something and you're just acting as an animal. But when it gets emotional and it gets energetically, this is the most like heart stabbing, backstabbing. Can I get some validation for that, ladies? Can you guys validate me on that? Can y'all validate me on that? It's not that physical shit that y'all really y'all get to tripping on the physical because we are a attached type of society. But it's the emotional shit, the energetically shit that we end up getting messed up on that makes us do more. And then you guys see that and y'all like, yo, what the fuck? I was doing this, I was washing your clothes, I was doing this and doing that, and you ain't never act like that with me. This is what really truly pisses y'all off, and that what makes a good girl go bad. Fellas, let me say that again. That formula, what I just told you, is the reason why a good girl will go bad. And let me tell y'all this, ladies. Once you go bad, you're gone forever. Because now you're in the same fucking category as all of the guys who are in that same category. And that's why they say women cheat more than men. It's a stat. It's a stat. It's not my stat. It's just a stat. Now, again, shout out to the ladies who hold down. I'm going to even say it like this. Hold down strong, weak-minded men in moments where they literally fall. And you stand next to them as they get up and dust themselves off and walk with them again. Shout out. Shout out. Shout out. I have to give you guys love because at the end of the day, this was me seeking like, why can I not just be satisfied? Why can I just live with all of this attention and just still like understand that? My daughters helped me with that. I'm telling y'all, my daughters helped me with that. My daughters, like God gave me daughters like this will slow them down. And it didn't slow me down. He just tore my Achilles. That's you understand what I'm telling y'all? I'm getting the message. I went back and I said, bro, let me go back to my therapy. Let me reread it because something is happening to me because I'm not listening to something. Put some 8s in the chat if you understand what I'm telling y'all. I got 8 more minutes. The no headache is an illusion. Everybody says they want no dramas, no headaches, just vibes. But discipline, free pleasure, always sends an invoice, fellas. I'm a businessman. I send tons of invoices. Free pleasure always sends an invoice. And it might not come today, might not come tomorrow, but the invoice comes. And that goes back into say what goes into the dark will come into the light. Let me say it is true. Because you might not feel it in where someone is catching you. But now you'll lose trust. You'll lose focus. You'll lose momentum. Peace costs discipline. Chaos is free. Let me say this again. Peace costs discipline. Meaning if you want to have peace, You must be disciplined. I need to be more disciplined. I'm also at peace, but I need to be more disciplined. Chaos is free. Chaos is free. It's nothing to have a lot of drama around you. It's nothing. It's just taking you doing something with your thumbs nowadays. You can make a phone call and now you got drama. Calling the wrong person, you got drama. You understand that? So before I go, I want to give you my little step system that I did, my tools that I do now that I'm going to start redoing. And I challenge any and everybody that could understand what I spoke on today, that you have dealt with in your life, and now you're not dealing with it anymore, and you're like you're feeling that you need that vibe. Here's tool number 1: delay. Lust thrives in immediacy. Lust is like, I want it now, right now, right now, right now. If you delay the action, logic shows up. And that's why I always say, I try my damnedest on a daily basis because I'm in the fight. I'm up front on the front line, so I'm witnessing everything. I witness everything. I go, if I'm start making decisions because I'm emotional, that means logic is not there. And if I make a decision logically, emotions are not there. So I always try to stay in the logical perspective when I'm addressing something. That's tool number 1. Tool number 2, name the cost. Ask yourself, what does this cost me? Or what does it cost my future? So now I have to tell myself every day, if I entertain this right now, that could cost me the same thing that it cost me when I had my sons with my daughters. I have to say that now. I'm like, today I'm like, I have to say it because I'm in the public. I'm around thousands of people right now. Let's keep going. Tool number three, control your environment. This is the hardest because I'm a public figure. So this is the hardest. Who you follow matters. Who has access to you matters. Late night matters. Late night matters. Alcohol matters. I always used to say, I never felt like I used to fall. Like I never felt like I was falling, like, oh shit, I fell off. I used to talk about it like I was sliding. I used to slide a little bit. I was like, fuck, I slid back a little bit. Let me get it back together. Oh shit, I slid back a little bit. Let me get it back together. You got to stop sliding, fellas. Number four, tool number 4. Transmute the energy. Strong leaders don't kill desires, they just redirect it. So when you wonder why I wake up early in the morning, I go to the gym, this is like my energy level. That's when I'm like, I'm like that. So I go get that out early. So now I realize why I'm battling that, because I'm injured. I have nowhere to disperse that energy. That energy does not go away because I have a torn Achilles right now. Well, actually, I have a fixed Achilles right now. I'm just recovering. But imagine when I used to use the gym to finish this energy off so I can go by my day, and now I can't go do that. Now I'm just doing 100 push-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 push-ups. That ain't shit. That was tool number 4. I redirect the energy, so I go, okay, now I'll teach more. Now I'll start giving more trades. I'll do more training. I'll be more creative. I'll have more service. And as I said in the beginning, falling is not failure. We're all human. People slip. People fall. Growth isn't perfection. Failure is staying down or lying to yourself. And I had to stop lying to myself that I was no longer seeking that attention. And now I realize that, your energy still is saying you're seeking this attention. And you didn't even know it. And now that the attention is there, you don't want it. I don't want the attention. But it's there. I don't want it. So here it is. Own it. Learn from it. Adjust your systems. Come back sharper, not shameful. I'm not shamed for what I just told you guys. I'm embarrassed that my lady, my best friend, still has to deal with me still seeking attention and battling the attention with everything else that she does for me. You understand that? So I would love to And I'm just saying as a transparent individual, because when I speak about these things and the person that is with you, they have to, they know these things. So this is not something that is like not aware. So don't, I'm just giving her credit because of the conversation we're having. I have to give her credit. I have to give her credit. So shout out to my lady. As a closing statement, I'll leave you with this. Leadership is not about power over others. It's about the mastery over yourself. When you can't control desires, desires control you. Proper preparation prevent poor performance. And that's where my 5 P's came from. It's right here, 2019. Proper preparation prevents poor performance, and that applies to business, relationships, character, and leadership. I know this hit deep, but this is leadership energy. You can't be upfront and leading people and not being transparent so the people that are following understand who they're following. So when they also see you sliding, they can say, yo, Mr. H, don't be doing that. Yo, Mr. H, nah. Yo, Mr. H, nah. I remember I was at an all-white party. I think I was at an all-white party. Yeah, I was at an all-white party on a yacht in Miami. Oiled up on that whiskey. And I remember Patrice Chalinga. I had about 5-6 motherfucking Germans around me, drooling over me. Patrice came over there right in the middle. She said, Mr. H, get your ass on over here. What you doing over there? So shout out to friends like Chalinga. You understand what I'm telling y'all? Shout out to friends like Chalinga. But I leave this here with you guys today. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And if you struggle with this type of energy, I'm here to tell you that it's not just you. And there's tools that you can use to redirect that energy because it's not going to go anywhere. And if you think you're just going to say, yo, bro, I'm finna change, it's not going to work. You have to redirect the energy because it's not going to go nowhere. So I love you guys. Like, share, drop your comments, take your screenshots, follow me on social media, tag me on social media. Like, this is what OBG community is about, being transparent. And this is what day trading is about, understanding that the game is 90% mental, 90% mental, 8% patience, 2% pressing the button. 90% middle, 8% patience, 2% buying and selling. Focus on the 90. The 8 is nothing. The 2 is capitalist. I love you guys. Like, share, drop your comments. Deuces, beautiful people.